Hello and welcome back to the channel. If you're a returning viewer, Gav Axeman Spins, and if you are a new viewer, hello and welcome to you. And hopefully if this is vaguely entertaining, you may subscribe. And yeah, so today's video is a competition, vinyl community competition video. To make it a bit different, I've changed the camera angle, so you've got the CD wall behind me this time. Normally the camera's facing that way, and that's the vinyl wall. So CD wall, and all will be explained as to why I've done that. Doug has done a competition, and his channel is called the Auditory Vinyl channel, hard for me to say, and it's Doug's 1 2 3 Go competition. So I'll put some stuff in the comments and links and put the channel name at the end. So some elements to competition. First of all, obviously if you go to the Auditory Vinyl site and have a watch, and if you like it, subscribe. If you then want to enter the competition, this is what you've got to do. So you've got to shout out a channel and what you may see on that channel, and then pick a couple of albums that you don't expect to see on the YouTube vinyl community sites, and then finally 3 different kind of bands featuring maybe one person who's chopped and changed about. So that's that. So before I begin, I'm just going to do a little shout out to Beatletones Beatle channel, or Beatley Tone to give him his proper title. So Beatletones done a really brave video on Fridays, facing some health issues, and he shared that with everyone. So if you go to his channel, he's done a wonderful video on Friday explaining what's happening with him, the journey he's on, and he's going into hospital for some treatment. So I just want to say I've watched Beatletones channel for 3 or 4 years now, and I've seen it grow, and he's finally at the point now where the Lennon estate actually are kind of recognising him and sending him stuff to review. So it's really good to see that, but a little bit of sadness that he's not in the best of health now, but I'm sure Tone's going to fight through. It's been caught early, but if you go and watch his video, he'll explain that. But it would be nice that whilst he's having some treatment, if 1 or 2 people who maybe don't know that channel, check it out and subscribe. That would be nice for him when it's come out of hospital to see that. It's primarily a Beatles channel, but he does do other things. He's one of my subscribers. He's very much into Paul Weller and the Jam, he was very kind with my channel when it first launched and subscribed, and he's put some commentary on. And so Beatletones, a really lovely guy from London. So he makes me laugh. So go and watch his channel. So a really good one. That's that. So competition. So number 1, shout out a channel and a record you may see. So obviously I've shouted out Beatletone, you'll find a Beatle channel there. But for the competition, I'm going to mention Jim Wood, and I'll tell you why. Because Jim Wood don't do vinyl, it's all CDs. So sorry vinyl community, but bear with me. So Jim Wood's worked in the music press industry. It's always very mysterious, but if you get chatting with Jim in the comments and stuff, he's always got some really good nuggety tales to tell. So I like Jim. He tends to do a video a day. It's got the loveliest voice on the YouTube channel. It's a bit like Bob Harris, think of that kind of like voice, and he's always very gentle. It's a good one to have with a cup of coffee in the morning if you're feeling a bit fragile. But Jim does a video a day, primarily on these things. There's another one for you. Primarily on CDs, but he also covers DVDs. He's done a video on Filofaxes. You name it, Jim will do a video on it. Normally no more than 5 minutes long, but it's a really nice, gentle channel. And I've always thought with my looks and Jim's voice, we could have gone far, but sadly, not to be. But go and check out Jim Wood, at Jim Wood. There you go. That's all you have to put in. But a lovely channel, very much music, but not necessarily vinyl. Number 2, 2 albums you will rarely see. So I'm going to give my own channel a bit of a plug here. So I'm going to show you this. So this is a white label promo by Oasis of Columbia, because believe it or not, folks, it's 30 years since the debut album. That one there definitely may be. And sadly, this isn't an original white label program. It is a reissue that came out, I think, to publicise the 20th anniversary, and believe it or not, we're now on the 30th anniversary. So, yeah, so that's that. Quite interesting. That sounds really good. I wish the Oasis vinyl actually sounded as good as that does, actually. So, yes, so the reason I'm doing that, it's 30 years since Definitely Maybe, so August will be, on my channel, a bit of a Britpop month. So lots of kind of the UK scene of the mid-90s, 1994 to 1996. So, yeah, that's what I'm up to. So you may well see some Oasis. And the other record that I'll show you, I doubt if anyone's got this one. So this is a band called Darkside, and they did a little album called The Art of Floyd, The Fine Art of Floyd. Okay, and now this is a private press because they are a tribute band, and I'm giving them a shout out because they're really, really good as a tribute band. And I must confess I was a little bit snobby about tribute bands for many, many years, but I got taken to one by some friends and really enjoyed it. And now, every now and again, me and Mrs. Gav Axman Spins, if we fancy a reasonably cheap night out, we'll see what's happening on the tribute band circuit. And there are some really good ones, and Darkside are really, really good. And they play some obscure stuff, some, you know, stuff you know. But I bought this at one of the gigs because their version of High Hopes is brilliant, really good. So, yeah, there you go, Darkside, and they're local boys. And my wife actually knows one of them through her work, and when he was on stage she got all excited and went, I know him. So there you go. So Darkside, brilliant tribute band. So if you're in the Midlands and you see their name pop up and you're a Pink Floyd fan, give them a check out. What else was the next one? Done that. Right, okay, so 3 albums by the same artist but in different guises. So sticking with the Britpop theme, we'll talk about Suede. So Suede's original guitarist was this fella called Bernard Butler, up the corner there, who sadly only lasted 2 albums with Suede, which was their first album, which is this one. It's a nice goldy press in there. I think Suede do get the reissue, how many times can we reissue your back catalogue over and over in different versions award. God blow him, I'm losing track of that. But yeah, so did 2 with Suede. I actually saw Suede on that tour at the Birmingham Hummingbird with another subscriber, a chap called Simon. Hello, Simon. So yeah, so we went to see Suede many, many years ago, and they were brilliant. And I saw Suede a couple of years ago, and they were still brilliant. So they were really on a roll. But after Suede, Bernard did his own thing. He went and teamed up with a singer called David McCalmont, and they kind of did an album, which is this one called The Sound Of. This is the posh version, which has got the vinyl in there and stuff and CDs at the back. But they fell out, so that album is effectively 2 singles and B-sides combined, but it's a really, really good album, that. And they did do a sequel many years later, I think they made up. So that's 2 bands. He's then gone off and done some collaborations. So this is with a lady called Catherine Ann Davis, aka The Anchoress. It's a good album. He's done with another one with an actress, and he did some production work. I think the Libertines' first single, What a Waster. That's a Bernard Butler production. Shame he didn't do the album, actually. And he's, I think he might have had something to do with Duffy. Do you remember her? But the reason I mentioned him, he's just dropped a new solo album. So this is called Good Grief, and this is the 3rd solo album, and it's the first one in many, many years. So now, sadly, I can't tell you anything about that because it's only just arrived. It's on my August finds pile, so that's another video coming up. There's a lot there. Tell you about that in a bit. Yeah, so that's just arrived. It got delayed. It's on a private kind of label called 355 Recordings, so I don't know about that, but it took ages to arrive, so I haven't had a chance to listen to it. I've cleaned it, it's ready to play, so that's one of my jobs for today. But there you go, Bernard Butler, lots and lots of stuff with Bernard there. And I think that's it. So short and sweet. Thank you, Doug, for setting up the competition. And I think it was Morten from Norway, who's just recovering from the watching the Olympic opening ceremony. That was hard work, wasn't it? But there you go. Yeah, so that's that. Coming soon, August vinyl finds. I'm going to do something on the Morrissey reissue. So that one's just arrived. The Bates & Wells Deaf CD with a lovely new cover. Why he changed it, I don't know. But there's something on Morrissey's bizarre reissue campaigns. The vinyl hasn't turned up yet. That's got delayed as well. So hopefully that'll be here next week. We're going to do vinyl finds. And then come August, all things Britpop on the channel. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you haven't already done so, if you could like and subscribe and all that type of stuff, that would be marvellous. And I'll see you on the next one.